If you're unsure how you can properly break up with someone who loves you, in this video, I've prepared a step-by-step guide just for you. What's up everybody? Tanvir Ahmed here. Welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, know that I am here to help you improve your life. Anyway, breaking up with someone you love is never easy. In fact, it is one of the toughest things you can do. You've spent a lot of time with this one person. You've built something special. They're planning their life around you. They love you. And much of their meaning in life is built around you. Yet in an instant, you're about to destroy everything. You're about to break their heart and feel like a terrible human being. But unfortunately, it's something that you simply must do. But let's not get hasty. The first thing you should do is talk to somebody about it. This one may seem obvious, but make sure you do it. If this is a particularly serious relationship, talk to a trusted friend or family member before making the decision. And then take whatever advice they give you seriously. We are often poor observers of our own relationships, but our friends can see how it's affecting us better than we can. The next thing to do is give yourself and your partner a chance to fix things. A breakup should never come out of the blue. Before making a final decision to end the relationship, you should share your concerns and dissatisfactions and try to work through them as a team. Though the decision to call it quits may not be mutual, it's your job to communicate and let your partner know how you're feeling, even if you think this may hurt or disappoint them. I think it's important to include your partner as much as possible in discussions around your feelings so that a breakup doesn't take them by surprise, which can be quite traumatic and confusing. Now, if you're sure that you want to go through with it, move on to step number 3. Always do it in person, and if possible, don't do it in public. Unless they did something totally out of line, and if you have any respect for them at all, then always do it in person. Yeah, it's harder, but suck it up. And if possible, don't do it in public. Being in public makes people feel limited in what they can express, whether it be final words they'd like to say to you or dishware they'd like to break. Number 4, be straightforward. Sometimes during a breakup, people attempt to make statements that seem nicer, believing that to be more compassionate. However, it often just leads to confusion and uncertainty from the other party. During a breakup, you need to be absolutely clear with the other person so that they are certain to understand that the relationship is ending. On the flip side, this does not mean that you need to be cruel and say things in a harsh way. Instead, say this: there's no easy way to do this, and it hurts me to know that I'm hurting you, but I need to end this relationship. Leading on to number 5, be honest and open. During a breakup, it is important to be open and honest with the other person. Being honest and open will be important so that there's nothing left unsaid and nothing for the other person to keep wondering about. If you've ever been broken up with, then you may know that it can leave a lot of questions, especially wanting to know why it happened. Which is why we have number 6, explain your thinking. During your breakup, you should certainly explain your thinking. When you're serious about a breakup, you have probably given it some serious thought. Sharing some of those thought processes with the other person can be helpful so that they know that you have indeed really thought this through, that it is not something that you take lightly, and that it is your final decision. Explaining your thinking can help you and the other person to avoid questions later. One easy way to do this is through number 7, use I statements. During a relationship breakup, you can use I statements to make the conversation go better. If you've never heard of I statements, it's an easy approach to learn. You simply make sure to start your statements with I, so that essentially you're highlighting your personal experience and don't necessarily seem as though you're blaming the other person for the situation. Which is number 8, avoid blame. In most cases, The end of a relationship is not necessarily either person's fault. It could just be that the two of you have grown apart or are no longer compatible. Number 9. Give them space for their emotions. They may cry and they may have a lot to say. Simply walking away would be very unkind. You've invested time in this relationship, and if you care about them, wait through the emotional reaction. And last, but arguably the most important one of all, number 10. Stick with your decision. It is important to think through your decision before you have that conversation. Once you initiate the breakup, it is important that you stick with your decision. Going back on the decision will lead to a great deal of confusion. The only thing worse than a breakup is a cycle of breaking up and making up. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of this video. Hit that like button if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.